What's up, traders? My name is Heath and this is Trade Talk. Tonight is Sunday. The market has opened. We see just a little itty bitty bit of movement on the Euro USD. This is the Forex weekly outlook and we are going strong. So everybody, welcome. I'm just checking to make sure everything is going good. Let me get over here to this thing. What's up, Wes? What's up, everybody? And there we go. All right, so basically the Euro USD was putting in a lot of bullish action last week. It was chopping around, well, the week prior, let's say that, because last week it didn't do nothing. Last week we had a breach above resistance, which was this level right here, and then we chopped around all week long. Friday we did have a strong bullish close on the day. We did close above that resistance level right there. So moving forward, let me get my magnet tool situated. Moving forward, we will be looking for pullback and higher low support in order to look for bullish entries on the euro, because it is showing us that we are heading to the upside. So that's what we're looking for on the Euro USD. We did have a pullback and it was a big one. It lasted for several weeks, but right now it looks like it's heading straight back up. It found a low. All right, this was, as soon as it put in that low, man, it just took off. It didn't give us any entries to the short side. This thing right here was the first support level, and you can see that it just blasted right through that with a close and continued higher. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? So we're going to be looking for bullish entries. That's what we're going to be doing this week on the euro. First level that I'm going to be watching for a support test is going to be 1.20369. 1.20369. This level right here, if it pulls back into that area, I'm going to be watching to see if it catches support. We don't know if it will, obviously, but we can watch that level there, and we can watch the 1.19800 level. Now, I also have to put in here that right over here is the 1.2 level. All right, that is a big level on the euro right here, the 1.20 level. So we could even get a test all the way back down to that level. If this thing wants to continue to remain bullish, I would see a test of that level and an unable to close a daily below it. I would absolutely expect that to be a bullish entry, and I will be targeting obviously higher prices. The very first target that we have that is not encumbered by any resistance levels except for this one right here would be 1.22431, and as you can see, that's a pretty far piece away from current price. So can it get up there in a week? Yeah, that'd be tough. You know what I mean? It's already had a lot of bullish momentum. You can see by the RSI it has been steadily climbing. So that is your momentum oscillator. You don't need a momentum oscillator. You can simply look at the candles and tell that it's got a lot of momentum to the upside. So this target will come into effect, but I don't think it'll be this week. So basically what I'm going to be aiming for is simply this resistance level here. Obviously, I will take profits at that area. That level is 1.21708. If we get a push up into that, I will be exiting the bulk of my position, but ultimately looking for higher prices on the euro. So the 120 level is just below it, right? So we can't get extremely bullish on it right just yet, because this could absolutely be a bull trap that was put in on Friday. So if today's candle, meaning tomorrow's New York open, if this thing is trading down near the lows of Friday's candle, then I will have to treat Friday as a bear trap unless it finds support at one of the lower two areas, 1.2000 or 1.19800. This is not a resistance level. It is just a big figure on the price chart, right? Pound has one as well. We're going to be discussing it as well. But this is an area where people have been looking to, get long. You can clearly see that this bearish day, Thursday, tested the 1.20 level absolutely perfectly, and then you got a big bullish push. So we may not even see this test down here. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Ajith, Walter, Jordan, Lori, Ali, Wayne, Bitgirl, Thistlebricks? How's everybody doing tonight? So that's the euro. Looking for bullish entries. I will not look for bullish entries if we get a daily closure below 1.19800, as that will be the weekly range expansion, and unfortunately it looks like it will be heading to the downside. So let's go look at the weekly chart real fast and grab some weekly levels. this was the candle that I was focused on last week, right? That's your support or your resistance level at 1.21204. But I was looking for a rejection at 1.20466. When we traded up into that level, we did not get that rejection. All right, so that's extremely strong weekly close. There's nothing else you can say about it. This should have been resistance. It probably was for a day or so, but then you got that close on Friday that blasted right up through there. All right, so you could see how it held price all week long. So last week was a bit of a difficult week to trade the euro. All right, you didn't really get any movement until Friday. So that's the euro. We're going to be looking for this bullish continuation on euro and look for higher prices. On the pound dollar. The pound dollar, excuse me. This is the 140 big figure. And this level has played it's been a big level all in the pound's history. I mean, right here, when last time we were trading at these levels, you can see how price reacted around the 140 big fig. So yeah, it's the same thing as the euro, only we're not yet above it on the pound. Now, where the euro was showing a little bit of choppiness and consolidation, the pound was obviously weaker, as this is the pound's Friday candle. You can clearly see that the Friday candle on the pound merely tested Thursday's midpoint. All right, and it failed. So short people are going to be looking to short this. I am not. The reason I am not is because we left this target right here at 1.40174. Price did not hit that target. That means anybody that got short on this asset and has been holding from all the way over here is still short. Their stops are right there. Or anybody that got short on any push up and put their stops above that wick high is still standing there. And I do believe this is a nice target for this week's range expansion to the upside. So I am looking for bullish entries on the pound. You can see right here was your resistance level on the daily time frame, and then this big huge bullish push right up above that resistance. Then you had some consolidation to the downside. This candle right here, I believe, is a bear trap, but we will see. If I am wrong, I will be wrong. It's simple as that. If this thing wants to trade up above that level, then I will know that I'm right, and I will be looking for this target. That will be my first area to take off profits, looking for a bullish advance to continue. I will take profits ahead of the 1.40 level as well. All right. So instead of waiting for price to get all the way up here to take out the target, I will be taking a little bit of the position off ahead of that level, because that is a big level in the pound's history. There will be selling orders sitting right there at that level. But I am looking for this to find support and head higher, because it looks like a bullish reversal to me. Pattern traders are going to be looking at this as a bullish continuation as well. It is in a range. Your range is from 140 down here to 1.36, but there is a plenty of trading space inside of this range. You are trading in the middle of the range. If this was a cryptocurrency pair, I would leave it alone. But it being a major Forex currency, I am absolutely looking for longs. I am targeting 1.40, 174 for this weekly advance. All right. When will I no longer be bullish on the pound? If we get a closure below 1.37346, obviously I'm not going to take a long every single time I get a stab down into there. Let's go find us a level on a smaller time frame to basically say, wait, hold up. Let's see what this thing's going to do. You do have yourself a 4-hour level right there, and it did catch as support. You did trade away, you retested the level. Now this 4-hour candle did not eclipse the highs. However, the market just opened. So you could possibly look for this level at 1.38414 as being a bullish entry, and that would put on a great risk to reward. If you're not so sure, what you can do is you can wait. If this thing does trade down to this level, I don't know if it will, but if it does, you could wait to see if you get a purge beneath this wick low and then a retreat. If you keep trading lower, then this is not a purge on liquidity. It is simply moving lower, and there is no point to look for bullish entries after that. But I will be watching this level right here for a tap, or at least a push through and then a close back above. I get that. I will be looking long, and this could be a nice setup for the whole week. right? But chances are it might happen during London tonight or at least by tomorrow, but we'll see. And that's the pound dollar. I'm looking for bullish entries on the pound dollar. Now the pound yen isn't looking so hot. Let's get rid of this trend line as it is useless. Let me go through these comments real quick. Is going to be talking about Bitcoin in this stream. Yes, Thistlebricks, I will talk about Bitcoin as well. Absolutely. Bitcoin is the king of all assets. What's up, Armin? You're short on Luna. What's your thoughts? Let me get through this, a few pairs, and then I will absolutely. And did you? No, you did not miss the Doge short explanation, Ace. All right. Let me go ahead and do that because I know that you're leaving or you got to go soon. So let me go ahead over here to the Doge. The Dogecoin. All right, here's Doge USD. We were talking about Doge USD. I talked about the trade that I took the other day in this morning's live stream, members only live stream. You can see that this thing was a nice short to the downside. The reason I was still looking at Doge as a short is because obviously you have this bullish opening price right here that I thought would act as resistance. You currently have held resistance on multiple sessions, and on this 8-hour candle, it is very important to understand that it closed lower than this candle and this candle. So you are making on a smaller time frame, starting to make lower lows. So on this candle right here, let's go to an hourly chart. I took this trade just a little while ago. It was not very long ago. It was on this push right here around 1 o'clock. We came up into this area, this level. That's a level that I was watching, and I took the short there. Oh no, this isn't a level that I was watching. Apologies. This is the level at which I got filled on the short. My stop is right above the high of this bearish candle. This is the exact price at which I got filled. 26462. This is the level that I got filled. So my stop is resting right above the wick of that candle. And if I go ahead, this is an hourly chart. Let's just pull up this real fast. This is the wrong one. Apologies. Let me get on the right one. That would be a short position, my friend. Take this down. That right there would be the high. So you can clearly see right to the bottom of this hourly candle is a 2-to-1, 2.88 to 1 risk to reward. It is clearly a lot more than that now. So yeah, this is a good trade. It's working out pretty good. The reason I'm short on Doge is because it looks like a short. The overall market structure is fading away, right? You put in a double top and then you started making lower highs and lower lows. On this stab to the downside was a vicious stab, so you could expect a bounce when that happens. And then you go to your higher time frames, you find your areas of support and or resistance, and then you watch price and how it reacts around that level. And here you can clearly see was a perfect opportunity to take a small time short looking for the downside. Am I going to hold this looking for this thing to head back down to zero? No, I am not. I am simply taking a day trade. I will exit this position in a little while, probably shortly after this stream, or at least take half of it off and move the stop to break even. So that's the explanation on Doge. I am looking for it to continue lower, right? This thing made a huge bounce. What is going on? This is not my music. All right, so this thing is clearly looking like it's putting in a top. It had such a massive push. This is such a massive push to the upside. It's the biggest short squeeze probably in the crypto markets this year. This thing is massive. That is a huge, huge push. There is no legitimate reason as to why this thing is up this big other than Elon Muskonomics is what I like to say. He's pumping it. People are buying it. Wall Street Bets was looking at this thing on the first push. This push down over here. This is when Wall Street Bets started talking about it. You got a nice push to the upside. There's nobody in it. Liquidity is really thin. So if everybody starts piling into an asset, this is what you can look for. This type of action. And then you got more than 5 times that move on this one. So a pullback is to be expected. Is it possible for this thing to find support at lower prices? Absolutely. That's why I'm not looking to hold it to go back to zero. I'm only looking for it as a simple trade. If it turns into a bigger trade than that, I'm all for it, right? I don't like that either. Moving on. All right. So let's get back to Forex real quick, as I got a couple things to look at. Pound yen is looking like it is trying to put in a top as well. Let's go to the JXY real fast so that way you can have a little bit of a clue as to what's going on. This is the Japanese yen currency index. So it's just like the DXY, only for the Japanese yen, for you newer traders out there. So we called this move to the downside on this thing. We caught a nice trade to the downside. And once we got in these areas, we were looking for a pullback. We did get the pullback. Actually, I was looking for the pullback here, but you can see that it just was a small pullback and then rolled back over. And then you've had a straight move out of there. All right, you are finding a little bit of resistance at $93. This thing will not open until tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're not going to know what's going on until then as far as what it's doing, other than just watching yen pairs, yen crosses. The support that, or the resistance level that I'm watching on the JXY is 93.56. If it holds here and starts making lower lows and lower highs, then I will be looking for the yen to roll over again, meaning we will be looking for long entries on basically anything paired against the Japanese yen, as long as that other cross is stronger than the yen. So just on basically what you see here as a pattern, looks almost like a head and shoulders, right? Head and shoulders are usually looked at as reversal patterns. Unfortunately, this is not really one, but it is look like one. This stab to the downside here is your last area of support. So that would be your neckline essentially on this whatever pattern. But this is the last time that you were able to close a bearish candle. That price is 148.792. You are trading in this small range. You tried to trade out of the range and then you were pushed right back into it. And not only were you pushed back into it, you closed below your other support level, which was right there. All right. So as of right now, basically anything pushed up into 149.906 is probably going to be met with some selling. All right. And with the pound kind of rolling over a little bit versus the dollar as well, that just helped this to move lower. But ultimately, longer term, this is absolutely structured to the bullish side. Let's go look at a weekly chart real fast, as this will put a little bit more, shed a little bit more light on this thing. I did catch this trade early on in this run up. It was the best trade I took all year. It was a phenomenal trade. This thing was awesome and it never looked back, right? These are weekly candles and they were just closing green, green, green. So a pullback is to be expected. If you pull up your moving averages on a weekly time frame, you can see you are currently trading above your 21, 250 EMAs. All right, if this 50 gets above that purple line, that is what people refer to as a golden cross on the weekly time frame. This asset is bullish. It is bullish. However, in the near term, the next week or two, we can look for lower prices as you are unable to maintain higher highs and higher lows. The sellers got more aggressive and so far have pushed this asset down. You did lose your 21 and your 50 is currently caressing price right now. So it can find support here and here, right? So not really looking for a short just yet on it, as I'm not going to take this position because like I said, you are setting right on your 50 EMA. And yes, some people do trade on those moving averages. So they're going to be looking at that as a bullish sign and look for bullish continuation on this asset. If the pound catches a bid and the Japanese yen starts to roll over again, this thing will fly to the upside. All right, it will fly to the upside. But currently, as of the last few weeks, the sellers are in control. This isn't just a minor pullback. This bearish candle took out 4 or 3 days of price range completely. This is an outside bearish reversal candle, aka bearish engulfing. So you did get a little bit of follow through with that. All right, so this is just a lower high in the grand scheme of things. So basically what you can do if you want to look for bullish entries on this, you can either take it like that and wait for that blue line to get crossed before you look for bullish entries. All right, or you could go on a smaller time frame chart and maybe pull it down here to the bodies instead of the open if you so choose. But that is kind of sort of your range to the downside. If you get a break above that, then possibly the bulls bought this down here and it might be heading lower. But as of right now, while it's inside of this wedging formation, there's really nothing to do. It needs to come out and break down to the downside or get back above that at the very least to entice buyers to get back interested in getting long in this asset. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar has been weaker than everything else. Let me take these lines off and start from scratch. Last week traded in a range, basically sideways, putting in this bearish reversal candle, didn't have much weight, put in this little bit of follow through, and we're right back in that range. This asset, as well as everything paired against the dollar, is in a longer term uptrend, but as you can see, this thing is also putting in what looks to be like a bearish reversal pattern. All right, so yes, I took a short on Aussie Swiss. I took this short on Aussie Swiss a few weeks ago. I am still holding a small position on it. I got short on this bearish candle, anticipating the break beneath support. We got that. All right, so I took off 2/3 of my position once we took out this swing low down here, moved my stop to break even. This push up almost stopped me out, but it did not, so I am still short in this asset, looking for follow through. Bearish continuation if it wants to give it to me. If it comes back up and stops me out, I'm okay with that too, as I already took the money from this push lower. But that is what I'm looking at on the Aussie pairs. The Aussie is not nearly as strong as the euro or the pound. If you just take the same amount of price action and look what it's done compared to what they've done, it's not really much of anything. The pound isn't either, really. The euro was absolutely the strongest currency we had for the last couple weeks, but let's see what happens. If you're looking for bullish entries on this asset, you do not want to see a daily closure below 0.76683, as this would be my line in the sand for bearish or bullish entries. If you get a break and close below that, your bearish target is right here at 0.75321. All right, you get a daily closure below that, chances are this is going to be their weekly range expansion to the downside, and they will be targeting for that beautiful wick right there. What if it does hold support right here at 0.76640? We do have a bullish target as well, sitting at 0.78494. So you can clearly see just by your bearish and bullish targets that you are in the middle of a range. Pound Swiss, please. I'll catch it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll look at Pound Swiss. Let me go grab it real quick if you're still here. I don't really like to trade so much against the Swissy because Swissy cross are usually a little bit choppy. This one's not so much. This looks pretty good. You took out your swing low here. This is your current support zone that it's playing with right there, 1.26425. So basically what you're waiting on is you're either waiting for a retest of this bullish candle right here, right? 1.27477. You definitely want to see a failure there if you get if you're looking to get short, right? If you're looking to get long, well then obviously you do not want to see a break below 1.26425. As you can see how far this thing has to fall, right? Will it fall that far in a week? It's highly unlikely, but if it does break below that, that will be the next area for it to look for a support zone. You took out all of this liquidity. That's why you had a big short squeeze on this asset moving to the upside. You can even see if you look at this price leg to the downside, there is your bullish candles, and here is your price. You are still basically beneath it. So there's nothing in here. There's nothing in this leg to stop it. There probably are on a smaller time frame, like this area here, but ultimately I would look for that, any pops on that to be sold into. If you get a daily close below 1.26425, ultimately it would look like it's coming down here to, not to exactly, but around that level, 1.23571, or if you want to call it nice and easy, just say 1.24. That's where it's probably going to head. That's if the Swiss keeps being strong. You did get a bout of strength last week, but it's nothing major, man. It's nothing special. If you look at the 21 EMA on this thing too and see where it is, I'd say you're probably trading a little bit beneath of it. You are just right beneath it, and you are trying to get a break and close below your 50. However, you did get that break and close below over here and then since bounced out of it. So this could be a retest getting ready to head back to the upside. All right, so it's not exactly clear, but if I had to guess, I would say if the pound catches a bid, this thing's going higher. And I am looking for the pound to catch a bid. But I could be wrong, obviously. So hopefully that helps. All right, and what else did I want to look at? Let's go look at NZD/USD, as this thing was like the Aussie, not super strong, but it was, let's see, was it a little bit stronger than the Aussie? No, it was not. It was weaker than the Aussie last week. So if it continues to be weak, this was a big push out of this area, right? You didn't take out your main resistance level above you right here, but you could be working on it. So basically what I would look for on this asset, New Zealand USD, the Kiwi dollar, I would be looking for a test of 0.71452 or the bottom of that bearish candle right there at 71699. One of these areas to hold as support if it's going to continue to the upside. All right, this does look productive a little bit. You do have a big resistance level ahead of you. This is going to be your weekly bullish target right there at 0.72696. You could hit that by Tuesday. You could hit that by Tuesday if pound gets a bid under it, right? So yeah, but if this is a failure swing high, then it's going to head lower. I would wait on that closure below 71452 on New Zealand dollar for bearish entries, because as long as you're trading inside of this push up, you're trading inside of a range, a tight range too. So that's it on that one. New Zealand yen, yeah, basically the same thing. It's trading inside of a range. It does look like the bears are in control on the short term. This is a 4-hour chart. There was your area of support. It did not hold. You are trading back above it right now, but sellers are probably going to re-engage this if they're in control. Looking at the daily, it does not look like they are in control. This is why it's important to take a higher look, like take a look from above, so to speak. Your weekly, daily levels, find where those are, and then let that be your guide, as trying to get a directional bias on anything smaller than an 8-hour time frame is almost suicide. This is going to be your area to look for a pullback if it wants to hold up here. It has already almost been tested at 77.124, but it might retest it again, and it might not. This is going to be your first target on the New Zealand dollar for your weekly range expansion. So last week it didn't do a whole lot, right? You traded back and forth sideways. But looking at the weekly chart, it does look like the bulls are trying to maintain control, as on the weekly chart you're making higher lows. Even last week was another higher low. So the weekly is screaming like it wants to move higher. So I would be targeting 78.379 on the New Zealand yen, unless of course you get your daily closure below 77.124, and then your bearish target's all the way down there. So it looks like to me that it's easier to hit the bullish target than it would be to hit the bearish target. So I would probably be more bearish on New Zealand yen going on into this week. Let's look at the Euro Aussie, see what it's doing. It's doing absolutely nothing. It is struggling at the lows still, finding resistance on the weekly at 1.56692. It was tested multiple times. However, on the test, you can see that you are making higher lows still. So it's basically wedging up inside of this resistance level. So it speaks to me like it's trying to break out. Look for higher prices on the Euro Aussie. If you're trading this asset, first area of resistance after your breakout would be 1.5774. All right, that's after the breakout. I would look for that area there, but it may fail at 1.56692, as that is also daily resistance, right? That's your last push up into that area. That's the last time you could close at that price. So therefore, that is your resistance. Yeah, it had a big strong move to the downside. I mean, the long-term trend on this is down. Since the March scare, it's been just going straight down. So Euro was strong last week. Keep that in mind when looking at this. Euro was strong last week and it was still unable to break out above resistance. So I don't know if I'd be looking at this or not. I'm going to focus more on the majors versus the dollar, obviously, but anything can change, right? Everything can change. All right, and that's pretty much it. I don't know why I've got Aussie CAD on. Oh, Aussie CAD was looking like a short as well. This was a nice push down. You did have a triple bottom, if you want to call it that. Essentially, it just found support, and it maintained that support. Each time price traded into it, maintained that support. On this touch, you can see that it closed higher above your support level. This candle had follow through, but closed bullish, and that is the way it's heading now. So, are we looking for bearish entries or bullish entries? Well, this could be a bullish pullback. You are trading above this resistance level, but I mean, the near, like this part here is obviously down. So bears can be looking at this as an opportunity to look short again. And you did have 2 strong days or 2 weak days last week. So you're basically checking this right now for resistance. That level is 0.96752. That's just your resistance right now because the market just opened 30 minutes ago. All right, so that's not a legitimate test of resistance. If you get a break and a close above, I would obviously be looking for higher prices on this asset. And that is pretty much it. Let me go look at Bitcoin as it's probably heading lower. And it is. This is why I was thinking that it was going to head lower. I posted this in the Discord this morning. We are fighting against resistance, right? This was your resistance. You were testing, and once you broke back down from that resistance level, you created a new one here on the 8-hour, and that thing held phenomenally. Now you are coming into 8-hour support. Can it hold? It absolutely can, right? It can. But the way I'm looking at this is, here is a swing low down here. All right, I am looking for this level right here to get tested at 44,420. 44,420. The reason why is it's just a measured move, right? It's just a small measured move from this consolidation. You got to push down. There's your consolidation. There's your push down. This is a small amount of consolidation, and your push down would put you right around that swing low. So that's a good spot for Bitcoin to look for support, right? As if it could get underneath these wicks down here and then hold support, it would look so much better for bullish entries looking for this thing to carry on to the upside. All right, there is just a few days left on this monthly close. There are 5 days and 3 hours. I definitely don't want to see this thing close below this candle, all right? Because then that doesn't look so good. Does it look bad? No, it doesn't look bad, but it looks like you have definitely lost a lot of momentum. As even when you made your last bullish push in your last market cycle, you did have only one monthly close, and that monthly close closed with a hammer candle, right? So, and then you got some more bullish push off of that. This one, however, is looking like it's trying to take out the lows of this bullish candle, and that would not be good, as that would make a bearish engulfing on the monthly, right? AKA outside month bearish reversal pattern. So bears will be lighting this thing up if it does that. So there's the level of support on Bitcoin that you gotta wait for now, because price is heading lower. If you've gotten long and you put your stop against this wick, will it stand? It might, but it definitely looks like it's trying to take that out right now. Right now. Yeah, definitely looks like it's wanting to roll over. And there's your weekly level at 45,231, spot 75, and that 8-hour level at 44420. These are my next 2 areas that I am looking for support to hold at. A wick down through it and a close back above is what I want to see. I don't want to see this thing continue to fall off a cliff. If it continues to fall off the cliff for the next couple weeks like this, right, any bullish push, I am going to be exiting some of my Bitcoin, because at that point it would start to look more and more like it has found a top. But we have to wait and let price show us what's going on. This isn't looking so good. A push down to that low over here, your swing low is 31%, right? We've seen Bitcoin make 30% pullbacks before and still maintain bullishness. So you would have to get all the way down to 37,000 before I would no longer be looking for bullishness, right? So this is panic selling, essentially. People are just hitting the hills. They think the run is over. They think the run is over. But according to Bitcoin, what it's done in its previous market cycles, it usually takes about 300 or so days to put in the full bullish momentum on a market, bullet. Excuse me, I can't even speak tonight. It is about 300 days for the bullish push in this market cycle since the halving is what I'm trying to say. But for some reason, I can't get the words out. Thistlebricks, you are welcome, my friend. You are welcome. Thanks, Heath. Hope you have a nice day. You too, my friend. Heath, do you see your live video with Cam? No, I do not. I don't have a Cam. My Cam is busted, and I just haven't bought one yet. So I was just using the laptop cam. There is no cam. Once I get a new one, I'll put it back up. I don't care. US 30, says Darren Marshall. I did look at pound Swiss, so I hope you saw that. US 30. If you didn't, Darren, I'll do it again for you, my friend. You know I will. I want the Oanda one. This one. Let me get on a weekly so I can see what's going on. This thing's doing exactly what the S&P 500 is doing. So I guess you're trading this instead of the S&P 500. It looks exactly like the S&P 500. Exactly. All right. The S&P 500 is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Let me pull it back up though and get you some levels. So first and foremost, your weekly support level is all the way down here. Boom, 32,823 spots, 60. Can you get down there? Absolutely. Will it? I don't know. But that's your weekly resistance or weekly support level. You have a few daily candles in here that you can find support at instead of coming all the way back down here. But if you do come all the way back down here, don't fret, because you know that it is your weekly support level and price will more than likely get a bounce from there. I don't know how big of a bounce, but more than likely it will get a bounce. You are probably firmly, well, I don't have to say probably, I know you are firmly trading well above all your major moving averages on probably every single time frame. Yeah, I mean, technically, dude, this thing could come all the way down here, 31,738, and still remain bullish, as that is your weekly 21 EMA. I gotta say, I don't put much weight on the EMAs other than to just see where they are. Your next support zone on the weekly would be 31,528. So these are your two levels that you could absolutely pull all the way back down to and still remain bullish. But will that happen? I doubt it. Like, that's a pretty big pullback. Pretty big pullback. Because this thing doesn't move with huge candle ranges. Like, this is a big range, but it would take at least 2.5 of those to get down here. It can. That's where I'd be looking for the pullback, actually. This level was tested on this daily push. This level was not. So that would be the first level of support that I would look for before your weekly. This is your daily level of support, 33,190. That is an untested level. So if price does push down into there, I would be looking for that area to hold as support, looking for bullish entries. This thing is, like everything else is trading on all-time highs. You are in what is called exhaustion risk. Exhaustion risk is when the market loses its bullish momentum and then there is no more support under it and it just falls off like a brick. All right, but you are consolidating up on highs. Last week you basically traded sideways inside of a range. This was your range here, your bearish range. Inside day, inside day, inside day. You definitely need to get a break below 33,818 or a break above 34,105. Otherwise you are range bound. That is your range right there. I would use that bearish candle as that was the big one. What is up? Right there. So yeah, one of these bearish daily candles might hold support. If you do get a pullback, you do want to pull back. Everything that's moving up like this, you got to get a pullback in order to get in. Is this a market cycle top, or is this, no, it's a bull flag or a bull pennant pattern, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely nothing, it does not look bearish at all. At all. So push down to here, look for continuation higher, low support. BTC and ETH. All right, I just looked at Bitcoin. Let's go look at ETH. Ethereum, how good is it looking today? Not so good. It's not looking nearly as bad as Bitcoin is. You are testing support again. That is your support level at 2163. If I had to wager or pander a guess, I would assume this level is probably going to break. As this daily and this daily have already been tested, I would be watching for 1964 spot 23 on Ethereum. That would be my first area that I would look for bullish entries. If you do not and cannot close a daily beneath this level, then you are finding support here, right? But I wouldn't be waiting on today's candle. I wouldn't be entering it on today's candle. As the market opens officially tomorrow during the New York session, that is when you're going to receive a lot of volume on the futures. And then that will decide where this is going. If it's going to continue in the direction that Bitcoin is going, I am going to be watching 1964 spot 23. That's the first area that I would even be considering a long position on Ethereum right now. It definitely looks a lot better than Bitcoin. It is absolutely a lot stronger than Bitcoin, and you can simply prove that by just going to ETH BTC and looking at that thing as well. It is a monster. It's just pushing higher. Today you are testing resistance and you are failing so far. Like I said, it's the weekend. 0.04641. Get a daily closure above that, you're probably heading higher on Ethereum. And that was a trade that I can't believe I missed that. I was watching it like a hawk. Next area of resistance around 5,370 Satoshis. Right there, around that area. This thing is on fire right now. I love it. I was wanting it to come down here and give me a test of support. It did not do it yet, but I may get that this week. All right, I will be watching these areas. I believe that's an 8-hour. Yeah, that's an 8-hour resistance level. So that will be my first area to look, my second area to look. We lose this swing low, then I'm not. I'll wait for it to regroup at lower prices. But this is a lot of bullish momentum. It can continue higher, much higher. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Heath. That was really helpful. You are the best. You are welcome, my friend. Ace, Yanis, Hayabusa. Perfect. Fantastic. Top. I guess you're looking for a top. Brian Rubin, SPLK. Let's go look at it. Splunk. It is splunking. Splunk is splunking. It's getting destroyed, bro. Let me see. You're at weekly support. All right, you actually closed the week under it. Never mind. 133 spot 20 was your support level. You can clearly see last week you closed below it. That's not so good. I would be looking for my next area of support to be 128 spot 63. I realize it is right beneath price. If the bulls are finally going to get back initiated into this as a bullish position looking for higher prices, I would look for all those 4 wicks to be smoked. They would be smoked on a push down to 128 spot 63. That is a weekly level. But if you get a daily close below it, then I no longer like it. So you tried to make higher prices up here, put in your little W pattern, and boom, got sold off before you could go anywhere. You know what I mean? That's a double bottom, and you are trading at it again. That was a lot of momentum to the downside. I don't know what happened on this day, but it obviously carried trading for the rest of the week. You got a higher pop in price that was met with selling pressure. Look for 128 spot 63 first. You need to find support there. If you lose that area of support, you are going to 125 spot 99. All right, 122 spot 99. That's pretty close to near-term price. You could probably gap beneath all that because there's a lot of stops resting beneath this. So any push lower, you could get a fall off, but you would probably get a dead cat bounce at that point. It's not looking so healthy, but there's a lot of tech assets that got sold into that looks similar to this. So maybe it finds a bottom here pretty soon, right? Maybe it finds a bottom there. Thank you for your time, says Fraser Christians. You are welcome, my friend. Euro pound, says Ace. Let's go look at Euro pound. I will go back if I missed anybody, or try to. Euro GBP. Finally, Euro GBP's breaking out of that descending downtrend. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it doesn't look good. I said that wrong or too quickly. This is in a longer term downtrend. What is all this nonsense? Looks like I drew it when I was 12. This is in a longer term downtrend. So you still haven't broken above that. That's your target, right? That's your target. So basically you could take out that wick at 87,309 and then turn right back around and go down, as there is enough liquidity resting above that wick right there to push the market lower if they want to sell into it. As of right now, your current market structure is you pulled back, found support, and you made a higher close. You took out your resistance level. So what you could look for is you could look for a pullback down to 0.86498, roughly down to here, and then look to get long targeting this area. And then after that, I don't know what I would take off 2/3 of my position and let the rest ride. Is this a trend reversal? I don't know yet. Unfortunately, it's hard to pick trend reversals, right? It's looking better, and it has been going down for so long, so some up and sideways for this asset is definitely in the cards for it, that's for sure. It's just going to matter who's strongest this week. Euro was so strong last couple weeks that it might cool off a bit, and pound looks better for a bullish target to me than anything else. If that happens, Euro pound's going to suffer a little bit. Let me just scroll real quick up to make sure I didn't forget anybody up there. All right, looks good. Thank you for your time, brother. You are welcome, my friend. Thank you, Travis Hagen, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Juice, you get access to the member area. You have, you must be answering a question. Gary S. Heath, what does your membership entail? I am interested. The YouTube and Patreon membership at the $5 level offers a weekly live stream that I do on Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. And in that weekly live stream, you can ask me any question you want and I will answer it. That's basically it, my friend. That's basically it. I shout out everybody's names at the end of the videos. That's pretty much it. Oh, there are some little cool badges and stuff. I need to work on the emojis and stuff like that. But thank you for the super chat, my friend. And thank you, Juice, for your help, my friend. Hello, everyone, says W Con. What's up? What about Neo? Let's go look at Neo. W Con, are you talking about the stock or the crypto? I think the crypto is NEO, but you specifically said NIO. So Neo's gonna follow Tesla. Yeah, see, this is that was that tech sell-off, but this thing has been like Tesla, dude. I remember trading this asset at 350. I remember taking bullish positions on this thing at 350. Obviously, I didn't hold those bullish positions because I was just trading it, but I wish I would have. I'd have looked like the best trader in the world. But yeah, so you needed a pullback and you are getting one. You are trading beneath your moving averages, I would assume, on a daily closing basis. Let's go look at the weekly, though, because the weekly is where I put more weight on. You are beneath your 20 EMA, but you're trading above your 50. So that could cause a bit of consolidation in this area. It's a stock, so the levels aren't going to be as exact as Forex. Your weekly resistance that you need to get above is 45.50. And your weekly support that you do not want to see it get below is going to be this area here at 36.13. Now you can trade beneath that. You do not want to see a closure beneath that. If you do get that, your next area of support is all the way down to 28.56. That's your last weekly bearish close. So that's where it would head if you do get a break beneath this level here. I like the company. I like it higher. I think it's going to follow Tesla, and Tesla's going much higher. I don't know about this week, but I know in 10 years, Tesla is going to be probably as big, if not bigger than Amazon. It sounds crazy to say now, but man, they are working on some stuff. And it's going to follow Tesla, my friend. For the most part. It'll probably be until NIO starts to actually put out, once they get up and running better, have more properties and places to actually build the cars, start raising how many orders they're getting, how many units they're selling. They have to start doing all that. Otherwise, this thing can go lower. They have to maintain a little bit, at least a little bit, as good as Tesla's doing. Tesla's doing real good. I mean, Tesla destroyed its earnings. NIO's earnings is on the 26th. That's tomorrow. So, yeah. Wait for those earnings calls. Don't try to trade ahead of it, dude. Make sure you got to stop if you do, my friend. Make sure you got to stop if you do. If they crush earnings, you will probably get a breach and close above 45.50 on a daily closing basis. But they would have to crush earnings for that to happen. I mean, crush it. So that's your level. If you're looking for bullish entries, you can watch this daily bearish candle and put some shares on right there. 37.17. If you're looking for bullish entries to hold this longer term, you could pick up a few shares right there. A pullback into that area would be wonderful and beautiful. FNKO, says Brian Rubin. My girl came in and told me, so I must have missed it. FNKO. Oh no, I looked at that. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I looked at it. No, I didn't. I looked at Splunk. Sorry. I did not look at this. It looks good. Let me go look at the weekly. Yeah, you've been bullish for a long time. Several weeks in a row. This thing got sold off hard. That was the March scare. This must have been something bad happened there. But you're trading back above it. You are trading into weekly resistance. That is your resistance level right there. That bullish candle is what's causing this thing so much trouble right now. That level is 23.79. You definitely want to see a daily get above that and close above it. When I look at weekly levels, I really like to see weekly candles close above or below these weekly levels. But I mean, for the sake of, if you're looking for intra-week trade, if you're looking for a long-term hold, then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, right? But that is your current area of resistance. This is not a bad sell-off at all. If anything, it looks like a nice little pullback into support. You didn't maintain your beautifulness like Forex does. However, you did close right at support at 1948. This was your support. This is where you closed. This day, the reason it opened lower was because you had a small gap down, but it was bought up. And you had 3 days of continuation. Any pushback down into 19.48 would look like a buying opportunity to me. All right, that's just me. Currently, you're trading above your 21, but you could lose that on a pullback down to here for a nice little bear trap and look for higher prices. USDJPY, says Brandon Lamb. Yes, I will, my friend. Okay, I see it now where I missed it. I'm sorry about that, Brian. I looked right over you, my friend. USDJPY. Yeah, I was looking for USDJPY to move higher for the carry trade. That did not work last week. Did not work last week at all. That was your support level right there. You broke below it, unfortunately, and traded lower all week. Therefore, a trade back up into that area would be looked at, in my opinion, as a selling opportunity for right now. This is still in an uptrend. This is your advance, and you are barely pulling back. So that's your next daily level, all the way down to 106. I don't really think it would go that much lower if it is going to continue to do this bullish advance. If you pull your fibs up though from, let's say, here's would be your trend line. So let's use this low as that would be your legitimate breakout area. So if you use your legitimate breakout area, you're only testing the midpoint of your bullish advance. So you're in a good spot right now to hold support. Actually, I don't know. I know for a fact that on a smaller time frame, around the midpoint of this bullish candle, there is a level, because this bearish candle closed right on the midpoint of that. So this may be your support test and hold. What I would be looking for on USDJPY is I would be looking for this high to get taken out on a daily closing basis, right? Actually, you're so close to that resistance level, you want to see a daily get above that. You get a daily close above 108 spot 364. Any push down into this bearish candle, I would look to get long, right? That's going to be your area if you get up there. If this thing just continues to roll over and head lower, you're going to get a test of 106 spot 760. But I do like this midpoint test of this big bullish breakout candle. I love that. That does look pretty. Yeah, I mean, it's not nothing major that I see, but I guarantee it, if you go into a smaller time frame chart, you will find a level right there. But I like USDJPY for the longer term hodl, for at least another leg to the upside around 112, 500, 113, something like that, 113, because it is a nice carry trade, the swap, because Japanese yen is still at negative interest rates, and the USD, and this is another thing though too, the USD's interest rates were falling again, so they had a big strong bullish push. If they start to move up again, then that Japanese USDJPY trade will look really, really attractive. And maybe not the USDJPY, maybe a different something versus JPY, but it would have to be the next highest interest rate currency. And I think it's the USD as of right now. But yeah, I like it. It's just, when is it going to find it? I got burned last week on it. I got stopped out. I had already taken a position on it, and it rolled over. And that's trading. That's what that just happens. That just happens. Here's a longer term trend line that I found also. All right, I just used that there, and then I brought it to this touch here. So you did get a breakout above it, but now you're trading right back beneath it. So, I mean, longer term, you're in a downtrend. Longer term, you're in a downtrend. I was actually looking for this to roll over and take out this side of the market when we were down here. But big, strong push to the upside. So let's see what happens moving forward. Let's see what happens moving forward. This trend line is garbage now. So I would watch those two areas. I don't know what chart that was. Was it FXCM? Nope. Forex.com. Oh, it was FXCM. Yeah, I was looking at the FXCM chart. Apologies. So those are your levels to watch for near term, right? This is a long ways down. Long ways down. My phone is blowing up for some reason. Are you planning to buy Bitcoin today? Yes, absolutely. I buy all red weekly closes, my friend. Every time Bitcoin closes with a red week, I buy a little bit more Bitcoin. With no stop. I'm not using leverage on that position. I'm just buying Bitcoin. It's important that you understand that as well. I'm not looking to trade it. I'm just picking up some more. I want to have as much of that stuff as I can have before the 10 years. Or this year, next year, I'm going to be buying as much of it as I can. You are welcome, my friend. ETH USD, says Daniel. I did just look at ETH, but I'll throw it up on here real quick so you can get the levels that we're watching. On ETH, it looks like you're getting ready to get a breakdown. The level that we're looking for is 1964, spot 23. We're wanting to see that level hold a support. We want to see this level hold a support at 1964. The only reason I'm saying that is because, I mean, it's technically holding support right now at 2163, right? You got this daily close above. This daily close looks like it's going to close above too. So, I mean, technically you're trading at support, but with all these wicks, all these pushes through, I want to see some fire come off this level, right? Otherwise, like this was your fire and you just got sold into. I'm looking for this thing to break down. 196423 is the next area to look, and it lines up nicely with your 8-hour support as well. Technically it can hold support here, but this is not what you ever want to see. A bullish push off of a support level and then a bearish candle taking out that movement, right? Don't want to see that ever. Can I go on Sol? Hang on, let me go out. Are you planning to buy Bitcoin? Yes. Heath, my short on Luna. Heath, my short on Luna. Heath, the target. Nice work. Can I go on Sol? SOL. I don't know what you're asking, but I will look at it. Is that okay, Solana. I'm assuming you're talking about the cryptocurrency. Let's look at it on FNKO. Strong, man. It is so strong. There's nothing to do on it. Nothing to do on it. You're at exhaustion risk. It can continue to keep going higher, my friend. It can continue to keep going higher. This is your support zone right here. You came up into this area and then look at that sell-off. That was a bear trap, obviously. The bulls just piled right back in this thing. Pushed it higher. So you can watch 39.06, see if you hold support there on a retest. Once you get done making this bullish move, see if you come back down and test this area and hold this area as support, moving further, looking for higher prices on it because it is extremely bullish. There is no way I would be looking to short this thing. No way. Super bullish, my friend. The only level to see, the only level to look at is 39.06. That is it. Yvette says, hello, Heath, glad to be here. I'm glad you're here as well. Thanks, Heath, always appreciate your vids. You are welcome, my friend. Alex Lee, BTC 8th. Looking for BTC and ETH on the monthly chart. It looks like we could be consolidating for a few months before making the next leg up. What do you think about that? I like it. I would much rather see Bitcoin consolidate at the higher prices. You know what I'm saying? It bodes well for Bitcoin's future. Because basically it means that you're unable to close a second monthly candle below your previous monthly close would be fantastic. It could happen. I mean, there's no way of me knowing what's going to happen. I look for levels and I tell you guys those levels. That way you can watch those levels and then make your trading decisions upon. That's all I do. I am short Doge right now. I haven't looked at it since I've been on the stream. Let's go look at it real quick just to make sure I'm not getting smoked. I'm not. Still looks good, right? Still looks good. We even got another hourly close. Lower. Love it. Looks good. It is in the hourly support. Obviously, right over here is your support, and it is holding currently. But I'm in on this bearish candle. I'm in right there at that white line. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. See what happens. It's still a cheap cryptocurrency, so people can buy they can buy buckets of it. 5-gallon bucketfuls of Dogecoins all day. And this thing can pop higher again. It just looks like it's heading lower to me, and that's why I took the short. I also took the short for anybody just joining the stream on this push lower the other day. It was a fantastic trade. Bitcoin getting wrecked, says Bitcoin Bear. It kind of is. This week it is. Yeah, this week it is. You've lost about 20-something% from the highs. That's pretty good. So yeah, you're having some fun right now, my friend. Bitcoin at new lows. Yeah. Yep, right there. 49, 47, 950 trading at right now. There is support under it. We are looking for a test of 44, 4444. This level here, that is a, what was that? That's that 8-hour market structure level that we're looking for Bitcoin to push into. You did just take out your stops. So yeah, maybe this is it, right? Push down, bear trap, move higher. We'll see. What's up, Jersey? How you doing, my friend? Great work as usual, Heath. Thank you, Joseph. Armin, I taught price action here. You taught price action here? Thank you. You are welcome. Where are my mods? I'll take care of you. All right. FNKO. I'm pretty sure I just looked at it. Yeah, I did. This is your levels that you're looking at on FNKO. You're looking for a retest of, boom, 20.02. Looking for bullish entries on it. If you're bullish, right? 20.02. Watch that level this week. If you trade back down into that level and you maintain 8-hour closures above that level, that is the area to look for bullish entries. Bitcoin is near to die. Sunshine. No, it's not dying. And in Jersey, gold, please. Yes, I can't believe this. I keep missing gold on these weekly outlooks. I'll look at gold and silver. Gold put in a double bottom a long time ago, right? You broke out above your resistance level at 1755 spot 610. That was your resistance. You broke out. Nice strong bullish close above. It is in a near-term downtrend, but longer term, it's in a bull trend, right? So has gold found a bottom? Well, you did break. This is a double bottom pattern, and you did break the double bottom pattern's neckline with this bullish push. That's why you're having another bullish push. Has gold ran out of steam already? I don't know. Right? They will be looking to sell this asset. But there's your resistance, 1809 spot 90. Right now, since you're so close to this bearish candle, I would just wait until you get a test of 1755 spot 61. As long as you're holding that on a daily closing basis, I'd be looking for bullish entries on this thing. You close that though, these candles are like piano keys. They're so close. This whole area of structure right here is basically like, if you get below that on a closing basis, you're heading lower. And that's a long ways from current price. I understand that. So as of right now, you got to look for bullish entries. And then let's go look at silver as well. All right. So silver was trading in. Obviously, this is done. Is that a weekly level? If it is, it's an old one. Yeah, it's an old one. All right, so here's your new weekly area of resistance. Traded up into that on a daily closing basis, so you got to look for bullish entries. You are trading at support currently. Right now, this could be support, right? Could be. I say could be, and I use that term loosely. But right now, you're trading at support. If this thing closes back above that level, I'd be looking for higher prices on silver. You did take out your daily resistance level. This is a weekly resistance level, but you took out your daily resistance level on a daily closing basis. So any push lower has to be looked at with buying in mind, only because of that little bit of price action. This could be a pullback getting ready to head higher, and then you would maintain your trend line that you're starting to build on this thing. All right, so there is your trend line that you're starting to build. I like the area that it's in right now, and it can come as low as 24 spot 45. With this choppy price action, your moving averages are probably, yeah, they're right there, right under price. Looks bullish. I would be looking for bullish entries on it, right? Silver looks good. Looks good. We're going to see higher price on silver possibly. Like it. BTC dumping every coin is blah, blah. Let me go back up because that just jumped right out of everything. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're welcome, Seraphan. Everybody like the video, says Ajit Cosman. Yes, please. That would be very, very awesome if y'all could do that. I would love it. Bag holders, 25K. CTM bag holders all day long. FX profits, live trade going on right now. Live trade going on right now. Let me guess. Where? FX profits? It's like Chutes and Ladders for adults. Yeah, it is. Indiana Jones says Heath, where? Yep, Indiana Jones. Heath, were you right about this being a classic Wyckoff distribution? Am I right about it? I don't know, man. I know Wyckoff died a long time ago, and that model was built for stock. The fact that stocks are different than currencies because you're actually buying a share of the company, and it has to do with supply and demand. Every market has to do with supply and demand, but Bitcoin can. The US dollar can affect the price of Bitcoin. Now, if it's just Bitcoin by itself, if it's just about Bitcoin, then I guess it could work. I mean, it's a supply and demand thing, right? If Bitcoin has more sellers than it has buyers, the price is going to go lower. It is putting in a 3-drive pattern to the upside. It is. It has. It's not. It is. It has. You got your higher highs, but they're kind of insignificant, right? And then this, boom. So I currently have a smaller measure moved down to this level here. That's what I'm looking for to happen. I don't know if it will happen. And when it gets there, what am I going to be looking for? Well, obviously, I'm going to be looking for support around the $40,000 level, as that's this swing high here. But I wouldn't use that level. I would use this bearish candle. So roughly around 39,360. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves. Way ahead of ourselves. Bitcoin's trading at 47,984. So you do have support. You are beneath daily support right now, but you have not closed beneath it. This is your daily support level at 48,333, and you need closures. There's 1 hour and 47 minutes left on this daily closure. Chances are it's probably going to close right around that level. Maybe a little bit above it. It would be great if it closed above it. But yeah, it doesn't look good, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going lower. It just doesn't look pretty. That's a pretty big move to the downside. It's definitely bigger than this one, and this one, right? So this is the biggest sell-off that we have seen since Bitcoin broke out above 20K. Doesn't mean it's the end of the market. Does not mean that this is the market cycle top. Like I said, Bitcoin's market cycles are a little bit different because of the overall supply with the halvening and all of that stuff. It makes it completely different. That's why if you watch the whole video, at the end of it, I said, I don't believe that the Wyckoff distribution pattern is what's happening on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to go higher. But price is king. If price tells me it is not going to go higher, I will exit and wait to buy lower. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, no, I learnt. Sorry for my bad English. It's alright. I think you accidentally got your message deleted too, but that's all good, my friend. Where was I at? Now I'm starting to see all them bots coming in there getting beat down. I'm going to unblock that. Or I can't, so whatever. It is what it is. It's always a pleasure learning. What's up, everyone? Sorry I'm late. You're fine, Jay Bradley. Good for being here, my friend. Yeah, I remember reading that. Chutes and Ladders, I remember reading that. There it is. Now I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'd volunteer to be mod. Henry Chang. There you go, my friend. Aaron C. Heath. I think he meant learn. Yeah, he did. It's all good. Heath, do you look at RSI? I got an RSI on my chart. Yep, right there it is. I do look at it. Do I use it to make trading decisions? Not really. I can basically look at the chart and see where the momentum oscillator is. I don't need it on there. I basically put it on there so that way I have a reason to call something oversold or overbought. But you can look at the chart and tell if something's oversold or overbought. If you have 7 or 8 green or red candles in a row on a daily closing basis, chances are it's going to be oversold or overbought. But yeah, I do look at it from time to time. The RSI and the moving averages is about as far as I go with indicators. I lost my English fluency. TNX says Jersey. Let's go look at it. I did just pull it up briefly, but I did not get any levels off of it. It's gappy, so it's kind of difficult to get them, but you are currently trading at support right now. All right, so basically I would use that bearish candle as that support because, like I said, this would have been a gap down, and then you traded back above it, and the next day gapped up. So your support is currently 1.52 on the TNX. Push down, and it's held. The highs are getting lower, though, so you are walking your way back down to that to test it. If you get a break below, your next area to look for support would be 1.45, right? If you get a break below that. If you're looking for this thing to head higher. Longer term, this thing is in a downtrend, right? Look at that. That's disgusting. That is a selling opportunity if I've ever seen one. And we were looking at that already as well. I brought it up a few weeks ago when we were trading up into this area, but it went up a little bit higher before it finally found resistance and is rolling over. This is your weekly resistance level, and look at that, it held. But so far you're holding resistance or holding support, but this weekly candle is an inside week, so this is probably coming down to 145. And then your next weekly levels all the way down to 111. So I'll go ahead and throw that on the chart too. That's weekly levels. I don't trade the TNX. I only keep an eye on it from time to time. If this thing starts to head lower, then that USDJPY trade no longer looks as good also. What's your opinion on PAX Gold MCAR7? I don't have an opinion on it, my friend. I do not trade it or track it. So I can't tell you anything about it. I'm not even sure if I know the ticker for that. Yeah, I don't know the ticker for it. If it's just BTC versus gold or gold versus BTC, we can look at that. Maybe it's BTC XAU. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. So it has to be XAU BTC. XAU BTC. It's calculated by TradingView and it's getting clobbered. It's just getting clobbered. I don't know if this is it, but generally this is what people... I mean, look at that, man. Gold is getting smoked compared to BTC. But that may all change. If Bitcoin starts to have a big pullback, gold may go up again. So sorry, MCAR, I cannot help you. When you say will exit, is that your HODL position as well? Bulk of it, like a big bulk of it, a portion of it. I am never getting rid of all my Bitcoin, Susan. Never. I'm going to hold it forever and pass it on down to whoever wants it or whoever takes it. For my kids, essentially. Cake. Joe Grant says cake. Alright, there's Cheesecake Factory and there's Cake versus Tether. I'm assuming you're talking about this cake as it is extremely bullish. Very, very bullish. Still, you took out yesterday you took out your resistance level. Today you're trading higher. It does look like you're losing a bit of momentum coming off of this pullback here. So a bigger pullback might be in store for this asset. First area that I would look for a support test and hold would be 26.05 right there. I don't want to see that close. If you do get that daily closure below, this has already been broken above, so it can hold as support again. Obviously, old resistance can turn into new support. That's your level, and then your very last level in the sand would be 22.227. So you want to see support at one of these three levels on a daily closing basis if you're looking for bullish entries. It is overextended. It's not super overextended though. I don't have much data on it. This is all the data I have on it. It's actually a very healthy uptrend. Very healthy. It looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. So there's your trend line to follow as well. If you want to put it on your chart, I used the March 21st, 2021 candle, and I used this bearish candle, which is the April 7th, 2021. Yeah, any pushes down into that could possibly be looked at with buying opportunities. It looks very phenomenal. Just give me a second as I'm trying to see what happened to the music. I mean, if you guys have different music interests, you can let me know. I can't play anything obviously that can be copywritten, but if you can give me the genre, I could probably put together a playlist for that. I like it. I have some, says Rich Medley. Yeah, I don't know the ticker for it, my friend. I mean, did I try just PAXG? Oh, there it is. Kraken. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's very, very wicky. It looks like it's trying to push higher. You are having a bit of a sell-off right now. But nothing as bad as, it doesn't look nearly as bad as Bitcoin. It's so wicky. Look at 1766.51. See if you hold a support there. If you're looking for, well, there's a big push down. You're going to test that level right now. Looks like. Right there, 1766.51. Your next level would be this bearish candle right here at 1752.81. So yeah, I mean, it looks like gold. You got a double bottom down there and you're pushing higher, so it's probably gonna follow gold. Cake is cool and somewhat uncorrelated to Bitcoin as it's its own platform, so I support it as well as other platform coins like KuCoin and BNB. That Doge short that I got on right now is on the KuCoin platform, so I like KuCoin myself. Liking it so far, pretty good. And what about Dixie? Let's go look at Dixie. Yeah, hit bearish targets on Dixie, so that's going to have to be gone because that's already been taken out. I was looking for this thing to catch support. It's in a longer term downtrend, and obviously sellers looked at this as a selling opportunity. This is straight down. So maybe a bounce is in effect for the Dixie, or maybe it just keeps going lower. You're looking for selling opportunities on this thing, right? There's your first area of support, or your first area of resistance would be 91.420. It's already tested that level twice. So possibly up here to around 92.079. Maybe look for that area to hold as resistance. Apologies. If you get a pullback into that area, that's where I'd be looking for short entries, targeting lower prices. I'd be targeting this area down here around $90. This is a pretty vicious sell-off on gold. It is going to be beneath all of its major moving averages. There it is. See that? Tested your 200 and boom, got sold. This is crushing for the dollar. It's not looking good. I'm only looking for bearish entries on it moving forward on the dollar. Not looking good. Split your Bitcoin keys between your kids and let them figure it out, right? So Stimmy's nerdy. I like it. It sounds like a pretty good plan. Nah, there'll probably be a will involved, obviously. Caleb Poel. Sorry if I butchered. Maybe some lo-fi beats. Yeah, I can do that. I know of a YouTube channel I can put on for that. I have been staking cake since 60 cents. KuCoin I got in rocket ship, $6 to $8. Got out looking to get back in. So that's cake. I did cake already. Let's go see where it was on KuCoin. Cake swap token. Pancake swap tether. No, it's got to be this one. You said around $6 waiting to get back in. Yeah. Damn, that was a nice trade, my friend. Nice trade. Nice. That's very, very bullish. Good for you. Where would you put a stop loss on cake if you're in right now? Me? Enoch? Nowhere. You're buying the highest daily push. You are buying the high. You can't buy any higher. I wouldn't be buying it right now. If I did get a support test and hold, it would be difficult because of these wicks, right? If you got to test down to 23.950, I would like that better. And in that case, I would probably, if you traded down into it on the daily and then pushed higher, I would probably just use the low of day as my stop placement if I was looking for it to continue higher. You can't buy it here. You just can't. You'll lose money more than likely. What about your planter often hyped on Wall Street? Palantir. I had a trade on Palantir not too long ago and I got stopped out. I posted it on Twitter, but I did not post the loss on Twitter. PLNTR. I think it's just PLTR. Palantir. There it is. Yeah, I was looking for this thing to push higher and I got stopped out on this push lower. So, it's consolidating, but it's making lower highs, right? You're consolidating, but you're making lower swing highs. So the pressure is to the downside more so than the upside. What you want to see on Palantir, if you're bullish or if you want to get bullish, I would probably look at something like this and wait for a break and close above. That would put you in a break and close above this area as well. You get a break, close above that area, then I might look for bullish opportunities. Other than that, I'm going to leave it alone. When I eat a stop on an asset, I leave it be for a while. You're in it. Where would I move my stop loss to? Oh gosh. I need to know your position. What's your position? Exact position. Oh, I'm not dropping many frames at all. I need to know your exact position. I mean, if you're losing money, my friend, yes, I do. Ajith, I do look at the 2150 and 200 exponential moving averages on occasion, just to see where they are. Compound UST. Yeah, I was looking at taking a trade on Compound yesterday. We are testing an area of support. No, we're not. What's going on? Why is this line here? Trading view to move my stuff around again. So right there is your 8-hour level of support. You're testing it right now. Let's go back to the daily. I took a bullish position on this and I got stopped out yesterday. Was waiting on, let's go look at the hourly. I can show you what I was looking at because this is all nonsense. So I was looking at this push higher right here. Once we broke out above this level, I got in on a retest of this bullish candle, and obviously that candle pushed down, stopped me out, and then went up back into my direction. But right now it's selling off again. So it looks to me like the bears are in control in the short term. You're probably going to have to let it trade a little bit lower to see what's going on, as this was your support level right here. on the hourly time frame, and you can clearly see you got a break and close above. You are testing that right now to see if it wants to hold as resistance. So if you're looking for a short on this, you could possibly watch this right now. Right now. It may be setting up. Alright, so if you guys don't have much else, Doge still looks good for the short. Thank you, Heath. You are welcome. ENAT, if you're losing money, get out of the trade. Alright? I don't know exactly where you're positioned. If you're in it right now if you're losing money, I would bounce. Don't let a winning trade turn into a losing trade, ever. Let that be a rule to you. If you enter a position, always keep that little voice in your head saying, if I enter, I got to leave if I'm losing money, or before you lose money. If the price is coming back to your entry, it's never a good sign. Never a good sign. That's not it, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is. This is the hourly. Yeah, that's a pretty bad, nice bullish push, and then retaliated. Sellers retaliated. I would watch 27 spot 53. If you lose 27 spot 53, bail out. I don't know where you're in it at. That's the problem. 24.5, but don't sweat it. It's a small position. Yeah, okay, 24.5. You're all the way down here. So you're in great shape, my friend. Small position or not, you're winning. The trade is winning. So I would probably bring my stop loss up to like 25.50. That way, if this thing starts to push lower, it takes you out of the trade and it was a profitable trade. Doesn't matter how much money it was. Does not matter. Winning is winning. You're trying to build winning positions over time. Consistency. Yeah, I'll look at NAS. Can you make money day trading a penny stock? A penny stock? Yeah, absolutely. I trade penny stocks. Absolutely. It's not the safest thing to do. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's possible. NAS 100. And then I'll call that. All right, let's go look at the OANDA. This thing is trading crazy, like the pound. Oh man, it's so difficult. Let's see what we're looking like. Oh my gosh, look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Ouch. Piano keys on the daily. You know how I feel about piano keys. So there's your resistance, but you're right on it right now. Right? 13,940. You're on it right now. Your support is the bottom of those piano keys. 13,745. It looks like it's trying to go higher. You broke above here, but you traded back down below it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it wants to go higher. Look at this. You traded down here, and then boom, you went straight up into resistance. So you're having trouble at all-time highs on the NASDAQ, or the US 100, which is the NASDAQ. It looks like it's struggling, but it could. I mean, if this was a pullback to buy, they bought it. I don't know. I don't like it at all. I would look for a pullback to this area for bullish entries, 13,615. Now, obviously, I wouldn't just take a bullish entry on a pullback to that area. I would get on there on a smaller time frame and watch it. As you would stop all these people out, there's obviously a market right around all these candles. So if you get a push down in here, then maybe look for bullish entries. You're too close to your all-time high, and that would be your target, right? Unless you're just targeting some random number outside of space or using fib extensions. I would just merely be targeting that high. If you're looking to buy it for a long-term hold, yeah, buy some, store it. Buy it, store it, like the great Tony Stark says. Buy it, store it. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Bitcoin just touched 40K. Said as you said, yeah, Bitcoin it looks like it wants to head lower. So you guys be careful. All right. So first, I want to thank all my Patreons and channel members already. As I do this at the end of every video and live stream, you guys are absolutely killing it. I appreciate that. If you are new to trading, just hang loose. You will get there. Just give it some time. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. And happy trading, everybody. We will see you on the next one.